Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the program. My name is Anthony Sebali, and I'm your host for Financial Markets. And this is a program where we give you insights into the current information concerning financial markets, in particular capital and money markets. How was your weekend? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And of course, yesterday, I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you actually listened to what the president had to say concerning the economy, inflation, and whatsoever matters concerning the different things the president talked about. Now, we are capital markets and financial markets this morning, and we want to give you what has been happening over the week and the weekend as well. So that you can actually compare what the stocks were like last week and what they are today. Are they growing? Are they dropping? And so that you can know how to invest in some of these ventures. My name is Anthony, and I'm here to take you through. This morning, we are going to start with the stock market as it stands this morning. Now, this morning, Bank of Baroda, Uganda, is trading at 85 shillings, which is an increase from last week where it was trading at around 84.62. That is about a 1 point something increase in the share price of Bank of Baroda, Uganda. Then British American Tobacco, Uganda is trading at 15,000. That is the share price at British American Tobacco, Uganda. It has been static for the past couple of weeks, and we haven't seen any changes on the British American Tobacco Uganda share price. Then Centum Investments. Centum Investments is trading at 333.13, which is a slight drop. Not actually, which is a significant drop from last week, which was trading at 360 something. That is over the past week. And so Centum is a cross-listed company, as you all know, from Kenya. It's an investment company, but all Kenyan companies have been suffering due to the looming elections in Kenya. Many companies have seen a drop in share price right there, and Centum has not been a special case. So Centum has also lost in this over the weekend with over 30 shillings in value, loss in value. Centum Investment Company is trading at 333.13. Then Cipla QCIL, that is Cipla Quality Chemical Industries Limited, which is a pharmaceutical manufacturing company here in Uganda, is trading at 80 shillings, which was the case, I think, by the close of the market on Friday. But as you can see, it's a drop from over the last 2 weeks, from 88 to 80 shillings. That's a significant drop in share price for Cipla Quality Chemicals there. Then DFCU, that is Development Finance Company, Uganda, is trading at 555 Ugandan shillings, and that hasn't changed much for DFCU Bank. Moving on, DFCU, by the way, is also a cross-listed company, but it also has a local presence here in Uganda. East African Breweries Limited is trading at 4,379.20. That is the price this morning, which has also been a slight drop compared to last week due to several factors right there that have been influencing Kenya. And then Equity Bank Limited is now trading at 1,426.37, which is also a drop from last week, because last week it was trading at about 1,430, and now it's at 1,426, which is a drop of about a couple of 30 to 20 cents, if I could say, there for Equity Bank Limited. Then KCB Bank that is a cross-listed bank from Kenya as well, is also experiencing a drop in share price to 1,094.8 Uganda shillings per share. So Kenya Commercial Bank has also experienced a slight loss in share price to 1,094.8 shillings. Remember, the high and low prices can always be found on the website for Uganda Security Exchange, and this data we are giving you is courtesy of the Uganda Securities Exchange. Then Kenya Airways is trading at a price of 119.8, which is a slight increase in price compared to last week, where it was trading at 118 Uganda shillings. So a good weekend there for Kenya Airways this morning at 119.8 Uganda shillings per share. MTN Uganda is trading at 187.02. MTN Uganda is trading at 187.02, which is a significant increase in share price compared to a week ago, where it was trading at 185 Ugandan shillings. So I think MTN Uganda has had a good weekend for now, and it continues to steadily increase in a share price. And so MTN shareholders, you have something to watch there. You can trade your shares this morning at 187.02 Uganda shillings. So if you bought at 185, that's a net profit of about 2.02 Ugandan shillings, which is not a bad thing at all for you. Moving on, we have as well some other companies that have been trading. New Vision Printing and Publishing Company Limited has not changed in share price as well. This morning it's trading at 155 Uganda shillings, which hasn't changed at all from the previous week. Then Stanbic Bank Uganda is trading at 23 Uganda shillings, which is a drop from last week's 23 point something. So you can see stocks always go up and down, and it's a really turbulent market, as you can witness on the stock market prices. Then Uganda Clays Limited also dropped in price over the weekend and is trading at 19 Uganda shillings per share. Now this is a slight drop from 21 over the last week. Over the last week, the average price of a stock on Uganda Clays Limited was about 21 shillings. So the average price right now is about 19 shillings. That is 19 Uganda shillings per share at Uganda Clays Limited. National Insurance Corporation has come back on board. It had lost about a shillings, 0.1 at 5.9 last week. It has regained its share price at 6 Uganda shillings. So National Insurance Corporation as well is picking up right there from where it was last week. As well, we have Umeme. Umeme has been trading at 242 this morning, 242.01 per share. Now remember, Umeme is the company that was awarded, it was given the position, the topmost position in terms of turnover for the first quarter, that is from January to March 2022, as the company with the highest turnover, followed by Stanbic Bank. So Umeme is trading at 242.01, which is a slight drop in price from 244 and around 243 over the last week. So we are seeing a slight drop in prices, and maybe when we get experts on the show, they will be able to explain to us a little bit more about how this drop in prices are affecting the stock market and why they are actually being witnessed at this moment. Now, moving away from the current stock, we have a special report coming in from Cipla Quality Chemicals. Cipla recently released its financial statement, and as a shareholder, we always advise you to be up to date on the finances of the companies that you have invested in, to know exactly how they have done. And I think Cipla, over the last week, they were publishing their annual results, financial results for the year ended on 2022. And they have been releasing them in newspapers, on their website, as well as on the Uganda Security Exchange. You can go and visit and get more details. But I got myself one so that we could have our fingers on what is going on in Cipla. Now, starting to why we need this, these financial statements, it is also a regulation by the Uganda Security Exchange that a company should always have a summary of the financial statements by the end of the financial year, at least 4 months after the end of a financial year. This is according to the Uganda Securities Exchange Listing Rules 2021, Section 45 of the Uganda section of the Uganda Securities Exchange Listing Rules. An issuer within 4 months after the end of each financial year should publish the annual financial statements and for the relevant financial year. The summary financial statements are derived from audited financial statements of the company, which are prepared in accordance to the International Finance Reporting, the IFRS, and in a manner required by the Companies Act 2012. Okay, so this is a little bit of, the law that is required according to the Uganda Securities Exchange Listing Rules. That is Rule Section 45. Every company that is listed on the exchange should produce annual financial results within 4 months after the year. So it's May, and it's, I think, the 5th month, and Cipla has produced the results of the previous financial year. Now let's take a little bit or a look into what the financial year looked like for Cipla Quality Chemicals. Now, according to the auditing firm, we have, compared to the first year, the financial year of 2021-2022, which we had a sale of 267.4 billion. That is revenue in sales, compared to the 284.5 billion for the year 2020-2021. So that is quite a significant drop in sales right there, revenue from sales at Cipla Quality Chemicals. And according to the CEO, that is Mr. Ajay Kumar Pal, he says that the reduction in sales was explained by non-recurrence of COVID-19 sale opportunities in the export segment after the pandemic came under control. But excluding the impact of one-off COVID-19 sales, overall annual sales grew by 3% compared to the financial year of 2020-2021. So he's saying that literally there was a drop in revenue or sales due to the recurrence of the non-recurrence of COVID-19 sales opportunities in the export segment after the pandemic came under control. So due to the pandemic, there were some regulations in the countries where Cipla sells medicines, and so this affected them in their sales, and that hence the slight drop. But on the local market, they had an increase in sales by over 3%. So overall, in the general, local market, there was an increase in sales. But in the overall market, that is the overall sales, even because Cipla sells medicines here locally and also internationally abroad in countries like Zambia, like Dr. Congo, and so on. So he says there was a slight drop in overall sales due to those countries having restrictions, COVID-19 restrictions, which put some pressure on some of the orders that were given to CIPLA, hence a drop in revenue. But on the local market, CIPLA Quality Chemicals actually grew its sales by over 3%. As well, local sales increased by 19%, mainly due to the additional orders received from the government of Uganda and the Global Fund. The benefit was increased by the full year impact of entry into the private market distribution segment compared to the 4 months in the first year of 2020-2021. This segment continued to grow with increase in the production range, favorable pricing, superior quality, and focused distribution. Now, on the market gross profit margin, when we go on to how much profit CIPLA actually has made, it increased to over 27% in the financial year 2021-2022 compared to 19% in the financial year 2020-2021, partly due to a change in customer and product mix. Now CIPLA has been manufacturing basically medicines for HIV, hepatitis B, and malaria, but recently, due to COVID-19, they had to adjust and produce a few more products, such as the azithromycin, the medicine that was used for COVID-19, and other medicines that were procured basically by government. So that increased a profit, led to an increase in profit from 27% to 19% in the new financial year. Now, the proportional growth in the higher margin private market distribution segment replaced the proportional drop in a lower margin at main-sign-based combination therapies, that is ACTs. ACTs are, like at main-sign-based combination therapies. So the proportion in the mix was about 21% to 25% in the first financial year of 2020-2021, while that of the private market distribution segment increased from about 1% to about 3%. Yeah, so those are some of the finances that actually happened at CIPLA. The total profits, we could pick out, because it's very detailed, but we may not go through everything. The gross profit before tax was about 55 billion. No, sorry, that was last year. This year was about 70 billion, 70,708 billion. So you can see that actually CIPLA made a very large profit. And for you as a shareholder, very interestingly to note is that they have actually promised a dividend. So they're saying that subject to approvals by shareholders, the directors recommended a payment of a dividend of over 2 Ugandan shillings per share. So for the financial year ended 2020, 2021, 2022. So if you're a shareholder at CIPLA Quality Chemicals Limited, you have yourself this year a share of a dividend of 2 shillings per share. So if you have 1,000 shares, that's 2,000. If you have 1 million shares, that's 2 million, and so on like that. So if you have shares in CIPLA, you should look out for that dividend. And they're saying that the dividend will be paid to shareholders registered in the books of the company at the close of business on 31st of August 2022, and will be paid on the 21st of September, that is 2022. So yeah, that is something for you to look out for out there if you have shares at CIPLA Quality Chemical Industries Limited. My name is Anthony Sebale. Once again, we're going to go into a short break, but when we return with the top stories making headlines on the financial market scene. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.